Nice, nice, nice. צור כבר, נו. אגואיסטים, יאללה. לא, באמת. אני לא מאמין.
Oh my fucking god. Why do you have an American flag?
Because I can.
Yay! Hello, bro.
Zero daha mahadai.
Are you?
Wow, estamos aquí gangster.
קבל אותי במסך הקטן פה. זה באמת מדהים, אחי. תראה במסך קטן. יואו, איזה כיף זה, לא יודע, תסתכל. מה זה? תראה במסך קטן.
هو بجد
هذه 6 بنات حطوا 150 سم.
Não, né? Naima Muhammad написал.
Что писал?
То, что я ему комментарий писал, короче.
Ooh, he's smoking too. Oh, never mind.
מראות חושך.
אז
יואו, אני מפורסם.
אני אכתוב בפתקים משהו על זה. אני מת! אני מופיע שם.
Bye.
Она сегодня пела и плясала.
Здорово.
Здорово.
Как у вас дела?
Ничего, как у тебя?
Да, все хорошо. Вы откуда?
Израиль, но родом мы... Ну, родом с Советского Союза, но как бы рашка.
Я
Пидорашка.
понял.
Вот.
Чем занимаетесь?
Вот сижу, пропагандирую, блин, мозги русским, но ничего-то не понимают мозги.
А вы стример типа или нет?
Ну да, типа того.
Да?
Мгм.
Такой, ну, удачи в стриминге тогда.
Спасибо. Тебе тоже всего хорошего.
Спасибо, спасибо.
הוא יכול לשים שהוא פשוט...
זה לא יעבור. לא, זה עונה.
גוף
après le choc.
اخويا الزبل
الزكاة الصريع.
נסרי חברה של
מפגר, יא זונה.
No me preguntes. ¿Por qué, bro? Porque yo...
Uy, kena
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Good, man. Where are you from?
Israel.
Oh, I'm on the screen. You streaming?
Always.
אוקיי, בסדר. זה לא בעיה. אני רק רציתי לדעת.
Yeah, no problem. So
אה?
what's going on?
שום דבר. מה... אתה מדבר עברית?
גם.
או, נכון?
מן הסתם.
אה?
מן הסתם, כן.
כן, כן, אוקיי. מה אתה עושה? Like, what do you stream?
I mostly talk to pro-Russians, like pro-Putin, let's say, and pro-Palestines.
Oh, so
So,
that's your like the war conflicts?
yeah, like I'm trying to explain to people that it's all connected, and the head of the snake is Putin, and it should be ended. People don't understand that this fucking
Yeah, because didn't he like take in Assad?
yeah, I guess yeah, and his plan is to go back to Syria and back to genocide, actual genocide that's going on there, and get him back in power. I guess that's his plan at least, because right now he lost.
They hate that motherfucker. I don't know how they're gonna let him back in.
Oh, the Syrians, of course. You
Yeah.
you ask any Syrian, he's like, this motherfucker, we gotta kill him. Like, of course, because
They're
like
gonna do him like Mussolini.
yeah, that's freaking. This motherfucker, he's mix of everything because he you understand, he learned from the history, he learned from the best of the totalitarian regimes like Stalin, Hitler,
Oh, Putin?
Mussolini.
Oh, Putin? Yeah.
So he got all those textbooks, how to treat people, how to make people stupid like this in Russia that support him. And it's like,
Yeah, he's smart.
he's very smart, yeah, that's true. And whatever goes on, like Hamas learned from KGB how to make themselves, like, oh, Israel is killing us, help us. All this cry baby,
Right.
it's working so well, and the fucking even BBC pick up every story like, oh, garbage, let's go, story. What the fuck, guys? What are you talking about? Come here
You
to
think
the fucking ground.
Do you think the Russians they probably just want to put their hands in the pot, like the Middle East, like they just want to put their hands in?
Yeah, you gotta understand that after the World War II, and during any like totalitarian regime, and especially after World War II, after the Land Lease with Americans, they got all this machinery to produce weapons. Not like they could produce like whatever equipment for fields or anything like that, but no, they choose to continue and produce weapon because they think that if they produce weapon, the economy is still working and so on. But they producing weapon, piling up, and then hey, we need to sell it for for the business plan to work, right? To sell it, we need wars. So they continue with all those friends like, hey, Assad, You've got anyone you wanna kill there? Okay, we've got you here. Hamas, you've got problems with Israel? Okay, I've got you. AK-47, RPGs, this, that. I don't know, textbooks on how to make other side, like, or people in the world believe your shit, and people gonna eat this shit, and
You think he just wants to sell weapons? I feel like he wants to do more than that.
no, I believe it's true. It's mostly to, again, for the business plan to work, because he's got, since he's got into back into, like, not back, but since he's got the power in 2000s, the machinery for producing shells and what's not never stopped. It's working 24/7. 24/7. It's working. Like, you can see that in America. Why they giving us a lot of weapons? Because this weapon, if it sits, it's out of, it's getting out of service after, let's say, bombs after 10, 20 years. So you gotta use them, of course. So it's a good use to give them, to sell them to Israel, for
Yeah.
example, and then you gotta also restock your pile up and so on.
Yeah,
So
but you guys
from
also
both
give us
sides,
tech.
yeah. So
Yeah, you give us tech, so
Yeah,
it kind of plays out.
that's true, and this is how it works in the Western world. We exchange whatever technologies, knowledge, actual whatever, like weapons
Look,
and so on.
I think honestly, I think Israel would make more money if they just sold to everybody, but they only sell to America because they have principle.
Yeah, that's true, but as well, also, I guess we're obligated to Israel. We don't want to sell, I guess, weapons to someone that want to kill us, and all the other side, like, we work with the Indians, we work with Americans, like Indians, they consume a lot of technologies, weapons, whatever. So yeah, it's a good partner. But also, what I don't like about Indians, that they work with Russians, and I think the only smart thing that Trump actually did is to put sanctions on the Indians because they work with Russians. So this will put some pressure on the whole, like, I guess America haven't got enough on Brazil, and not enough on, like, for China to treat as well in the same way China, because China can actually, at the moment, like, if they want to stop any shipments into America fucked. Like, it's very not good for the business, and so we gotta treat them in a diplomatic way. But India, whatever they've got, they're not producing much, so it's gonna be much better if we can actually make them stop buying weapons from Russians and selling them wherever they selling, and buying also gas and everything. Again, the problem is that all this, you can see that
they're relying on that gas.
Yeah, they relying on that gas. They relying on that relationship with Russia, which, if, let's say, we as Israelis with Americans, we obligated to give you back technologies and so on, and just a friendly, like, relationship that you can exchange anything that you want. But Russians, they exchange, like, again, textbooks how to hate anyone, to produce wars that consume weapon that they can sell. And you can see in the some economic whatever, like, they've got, they're going to St. Petersburg, like the meeting with all the BRICS, and saying, hey, we need to build a stronger economy than the dollar's economy, and blah 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 blah. This is their target. You understand that, and you see that, Brazil against Israel, this against Israel, this against, like, they all their friends against Israel. They have, like, all those like everyone that in Russian law written as a terrorist organization, everyone like this right now is a friend of Russia, and they come into Russia for those meetings. It's freaking how Trump can. Come on, Trump, get this motherfucker to Alaska and arrest him. Arrest him. What Medvedev gonna nuke America for arresting Putin? I don't believe so. But this motherfucker should be arrested, not treated with the freaking red carpet and everything. Trump is not good. Like with Putin, he did nothing. He just gave him a stage to continue and feed this propaganda machine. And Russians now see, like, there was a TikTok. They show Ukrainians show a Russian BMP going in the fields with Russian and American fucking flag. They have some salad in the freaking head. But this salad not made of good things. It's made of shit. They think that Americans now support Russia in their war against Nazi Ukraine. It's like
crazy.
It's hard to treat. It's hard to talk to people like that support Palestine and Russia in their efforts to destroy Israel and Ukraine. Because all their knowledge based on lies. It's like layers of lies, and go uncover each lie. Hey, okay, I've got 3 hours to talk to you. They've got 5 seconds attention for you. If you're not getting their attention in 5 seconds, that's it. It's not done. They've like, okay, bye. Curtains is closed. We're going next. Like, they're shouting free Palestine. I'm like, from what? He's like, from me. I'm like, okay, like answers that you don't understand how you can free Palestine. They don't know the continuation of free Palestine. They don't understand it. They don't even think about it, because if they think about it, it means extermination of Jews from this world. And right. Americans after that, and Europe after that. Like,
yeah, I seen what they were saying on the Al Jazeera conference, that the pro-Palestine movement was, they had a conference on Al Jazeera, and like, yeah, they weren't holding back that they hate America, to put it that way. I mean, like, it's like I tell people this, and they're like, no, it's just between them and Israel. And I'm like, dude, you don't have to believe me. Just, like, listen to them say it.
Yeah.
Like, they're telling you this.
Like, and they shouting for...
You know what I mean?
They're doing this for Iran, you know? Like, and I'm mostly putting, like, sometimes I'm putting only to talk to Americans, and they like do like this. You understand that this also goes to America, stupid motherfucker. You fucking thinking about it? Like they saying death to Israel, death to America. This is their main target.
Yeah.
And you sitting in America, in LA, and like, oh, I like that they kill Jews. Don't you have a problem that maybe half a population almost in LA, it's like composed of Jews? Maybe also New York so as well, and like the whole American fucking infrastructure built and contaminate. Let's say it's so infested with Jews that if you remove them, like, just the economy falls off. Like, people that hold freaking industries that feed all this, I don't know, like all the diamonds, Jews. All the, I don't know, film industry, Jews. These Jews, like, man, come on, think about it. Like,
yeah, but
stop a second.
The thing is, in the U.S., like, so obviously, like, we know, like, Qatar controls, like, Muslim agenda for, most of the world.
Yep.
so for like the Muslim population, obviously they do. Like we know that Al Jazeera is like the station that people consume in, you know, like Gaza, Sudan, you know, Ethiopia, like all these high Muslim countries, they consume this stuff, but also they have ties into like right wing people too,
Of
that are
course.
like, you know what I mean? So the message, they get their message across the board, like, so they even have, you know, like typically conservatives were like pro Israel, like pro America, which is like essentially saying pro America. It's not that far off because Israel has similar values, and you know it's obviously like we can see that it's an exchange. Some people might think that, you know, we shouldn't give them as much money, and like there's a conversation I guess to have about that, but the thing is like I guess my point was that Qatar also funds the kind of far right movements in America, and they're not aware of it, that they're being like fed like you're saying, like from, I guess, from the head of the snake. I guess it would be like it's from Qatar, but it's mostly like um how do I say this, like the team of like Russia, like Iran, Qatar, like
Yeah, yeah.
sending a message to them and kind of basically getting them to like go against their interest in a way, because it's like it just doesn't make sense, like, but that's kind of the game. It's like I'm seeing it on both sides. Like I'm seeing obviously the leftist idiots that are like pro Palestine all the way, but there's also like right wing people that are kind of starting to lean over and kind of not really lean over. They're kind of bending over to get fucked, like, you know, UK and like other places. Like
Yeah.
it's like why, you know? I don't understand it. So
So yeah, it's
I'm sure you
also
have a better understanding of it, but you know what I mean. Like
it's
that's
also
just what I see.
it's also my concern about like this separation and this gap in the knowledge and whatever cultural gap, wherever it is, like between leftists and rightists, because like I can find a lot of things that I agree with lefties. I can find a lot much more things that I agree with
Yeah.
righties. But I don't believe that whoever like we need to take to pick the cherry out of everyone and meet in the middle, because otherwise,
Yeah.
like we need some let's say like some kind of judge that is like looks at every possible um, like we need, for example, to take when we come to um, what it's called, AI, not AI, AGI, artificial general intelligence. We should ask him like, okay, look at the history. This is how many, like this happens, this is how many people died, this happens, this is how many people died. Look at the future. Are we going to wait,
Look at the statistics.
do we need to wait for Islamic revolution to knock on our door when they're already inside our houses and sitting and waiting for us to turn our backs and whatever, turn our most beloved TV show and stab us in our backs, take our land from everyone in the world, New Zealand, Australia, UK, all the Europe, maybe not Switzerland, maybe not Israel, maybe not North Korea, South Korea, like mostly not Asian countries, but yes, all the Europe fact and America fact and Australia fact. Like we lost all the Western world to this movement. Why? Because we let in those regimes like to fight those wars, like we let Putin kill 400,000 Syrians, and then millions of Syrians flee the country. They gotta find some way into anyway. And as a human beings in all over the world, people hug them and tell them, "Okay, you're safe now. It is okay." But you cannot distinguish in between two Arabs that one is got some ideas about, and likes what happened on 9/11, and Palestinians, by the way, Gazans, by the way, very much liked what happened on 9/11. They spread, they went with the candy and shouted death to America and so on. And now Americans in fucking Oxford, wherever they go, and like, kill the Jews, gas the Jews. And I'm like, guys, whatever, you like, really not to the point. Like, you gotta fucking, I don't know, we need to come again with some, yeah. We need,
sorry, it's just like,
yeah, no problem.
sorry. Go ahead. No, it's crazy. And what I was saying is it's not really that it's right wing or left wing. It's just the problem is they're being infiltrated by like a foreign ideology.
Yeah, true. Like as far as my understanding goes about, let's say, Germany. Like, of course, up until the fall of the Berlin Wall, there was the agenda of Soviet party was sitting really hard in a party that in Germans that been part of the party. And they really much liked how you can bend minds of people, lie to them wherever, like tell them like, hey, you see, people that live over the wall, once they were your family, now they're your enemy. And of course Germans haven't believed that, but those who ruled over Germany, they got all this power, and it's a good game, I guess, for anyone to exercise power. It's like fun and what's not, and people like it and stay in power. And even after the fall of the wall, you still have these people that been fed this agenda, Soviet agenda, and liked it very much, and still support it to this day. Like, they still support some party that still in. I don't know. I asked Germans, but someone replied to me that like there is not much influence really from Russia at the moment right now. But when the war started, there was still a party that was getting some funding and so on from Russians, and they pushed a Russian agenda in the fucking parliament. Like, it's crazy. I understand like, after the World War II, Germany had to rethink, like, like a bad kid that getting put in the corner of the classroom for being a naughty boy. And
yeah, those naughty Nazis.
Yeah, the same happened with Japanese. The same happened with Russia many times. The same happened with Germans. The same happened once with Italians. But Japanese and Italians understood in a short period of time. Like, Japanese, they had like many years to feed themselves those ambitions of ruling over the world, until the World War II, when they went over and did Pearl Harbor and started this snowball. But you can see that any fanatics like this, like Japanese, at the end, like Germans, they so out of their minds that when they get in, and knock in their teeth, they stop and they try and okay, what happened? Like something changes. In Russians, not never anything changes. They get in.
Are
They
you Russian or like Ukrainian or something? Because you sound like you might be like East European. I don't want to
I'm
assume anything.
I was born, of course, in Soviet Union, in Russian part of the Soviet Union, and
Okay.
I finished school in Russia, so I know a lot. Like I'm of those Russians that understand. Like at 18 years old, I left for Israel, and then I had chance to open Wikipedia and start reading all over again what is written in other languages about other things, and I start to compare
Right.
what is written like, and for me, anything that Kremlin says, I not just a grain of doubt in my mind about the truthfulness of whatever information they're given. It's a freaking
Yeah.
pile of shit about anything that they say. I don't trust anything because I know how this
Well, yeah.
propaganda
I mean, I
works,
don't
and
I don't want to like I don't want to offend you, but like just studying Russian history, like I can tell you that like Russia's always been like a backwards country, a
yeah, it's
backwards like nation, you know.
I
Even
maybe
like as far
understand what that
back as you
means,
want
but
to go.
what so you mean they lean on the history to make their image better, like
No, they've just always had bad leaders.
yeah, that's the stupidity of
Like Russian
Russians.
people are not bad people, but like they've always had bad like leaders.
uh, because for any totalitarian regimes, it's a puppet show. They using people, like they need their support to stay in power, and to stay in power they need, again, it's Mussolini's and Hitler's textbooks. They need an external enemy that
Yeah.
have to be defeated. Like, and you can say by how America treats Russians all the time. Freaking
Yeah.
Bush, whatever what it's called, like those chicken legs that they gave in 90s, like like a lot of products, anything you can imagine for Russians to survive in whatever times. Like I guess majority been given to people in St. Petersburg, Moscow, let's say, and man, like my father telling stories. I don't remember those times very well, but my father telling stories that before I was born, he was catching, like there was a time he was catching um, pigeons to eat some meat, like,
Yeah.
and
Well, because they were like collecting rations,
yeah,
so they had to make like their own means.
yeah, even me, I remember times when I went with those coupons to get like bread and stuff, like like you've got rush again, like maybe
Yeah.
for no, maybe like a loaf of bread every 2 days, and then something like that, like, and a kilo of sugar like every week, maybe a month, I don't know. So I remember those times very well. I remember that my father, any chance to get anything, pile of anything, they go in, like driving 200 kilometers to get a freaking sack of sugar that we used like for 10
Mm.
years. Like it's crazy amount of sugar. And then anything you can imagine, like that you go to a supermarket and you buy
Yeah, it was a
2 kilos,
system.
like
It was a completely broken system.
yeah, that's, and people like especially people that like been born in Russia after the USSR, they're like, oh, USSR was good country, everyone was equal, blah 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 blah. What are you talking about? He never been there. Like the same answer to anyone that speaks about Russian, Ukrainian, Israel, Palestine, any war. Like again and
Yeah.
again, because I can compare and I understand who friends with whom. I can understand who is the bad guy in the story and who is the good
Look
guy.
at the big picture.
Yeah.
Look at the big picture.
Like, you can blame Americans for many, many things, but you motherfuckers started this. And then you blame Americans for killing anyone that went like, oh, this to America. Okay, America, no, that's to you. Like, Russians, you see, Americans killed someone. I'm like, yes, we need to kill those motherfuckers because we feed them shit. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, it's like, look at it this way. I don't think like Putin convinced people to be Islamic fucking jihadists. Like they were already that way. He just wanted to make friends on the other side of the field, you know, like draw a line in the sand where,
yeah,
you know,
but
well, there's already a line in the sand, but he just wants to, you know how like you can like bet on sports and stuff. He just bets on, you know, like people's conflicts in smaller nations.
yeah, today you can.
U.S. does it too.
Today you can bet on Trump. Would Trump say this line in elections? Like there is a website that you could do that also. So yeah, but anyways, like what I'm trying to get people to understand is that yeah, maybe Trump not as good as a president as I don't know Ronald Reagan was or Kennedy was or like yeah, but he's like at the moment you whole motherfuckers that watch TikTok and jump on hey, let's support Palestine because you've seen that there is a lot of support, and then you go on live and support Palestine, and people throw money at you, and it's so easy to go into this because people throw it money at you because you support Palestine, and if they think that you support Palestine, they think you actually support Palestine, when in the reality, yeah, maybe you could take this money and send it to some Palestinian family that streams live in Gaza and saying, we're so hungry, and you trust them, but they fucking stream making food, and you still trust them.
Yeah,
That
they've lied 100 times. Yeah, they've lied
like
hundreds of times.
they sit there in Gaza. They've got more than enough food to be sustainable for next 3 months. Like we don't have to put food for the next 3 months. They gonna eat and eat and eat and like live for 24/7, and they're gonna like, oh guys, we're so hungry, we're so like, and kids in the background, mommy, I wanna eat. No, you gotta be hungry. We're so hungry, help us. Like, guys, come on,
Yeah.
like open fucking YouTube. Stop with this fucking TikTok. They
Yeah,
believe
they're, like,
15
they're
seconds of
sympathy farming.
yeah.
They're sympathy farming, and then like, but the thing is too is like any, like I mean, there's billions of Muslims, so like, and all of them are kind of like in cahoots.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few like that don't really support them. I mean, they're probably like Saudi people that like don't even see them as Arab, you know what I mean? So they're like, fuck those people.
Look,
But-
the Islamist movement is everywhere in any nation,
Yeah.
but I'd say like for sure we can. We need be best friends. We need to start helping Kurdish people. Like we need to help get them a country of their own because they getting fucking slaughtered, and no one talks
Yeah,
about
and
it.
the Druzes too.
And
the
Druze,
Druzes too, man.
yes, we need Druze. We need Druze. Actually, went on a like meet. sometimes I'm forgetting the words. Like they went in their cities over there in Syria, like with Israeli flags and like, we want to be part of the Israel, wherever Israel help us. We need independence from Syria, blah blah blah. They either want independence or be part of Israel. They understand that Israel is their friends, not enemies. That's for sure. And
Right.
also, I talked to some Druze guy, Syrian also, from Sweden, and asked him what's going on there. He told me that it's fighting all the time, like, and again, like in all those regimes, they've got not only people that from Syria go with this agenda, believe this agenda that Druze should be killed and so on, but also like Bedouins join them, because Bedouins actually, you know, like they've got no opinion whatsoever, whereas the money, they go there. Like it's fucking trash people, actual trash people. Like we've got a lot of them here in Israel. They like making a lot of like trouble, like stealing stuff, selling weapons, whatever, blah blah blah, like smuggling things and so on.
They're just kind of like nomads.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and so this guy told me that they actually go like and help this regime, like getting paid by the regime, but yeah, they go and like without no problem kill Druze, even without like there is no like anything between Druze and Bedouins, like shouldn't be,
right.
but you know, like so
Manufactured.
yeah, so you see how easy you can bend minds of people if you've got enemy like Israel. Right now is the easiest way to blame Israel anything. Like
Yeah.
you can go in the fucking crowd, spit in someone's faces and like, hey, look, Jew, and all the attention to Jew. Like, what the fuck, guys? He's just a
Yeah.
Jew. Like, yeah, that's the problem. You ever heard of a term, a highly sensitive person?
Yeah. Highly sensitive person. Yeah.
So you can understand that the problem is that we're 25% of the population of the world. Any living things like this, like it's plus minus, like let's say 10% in species, let's say other species, but in humans it's around 25 to 35%. Majority of them live, of course, in Europe, America, Israel, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, blah blah blah. But the rest of 75%, like we have them all over the world. Like in America, we have 75% of not sensitive people, like all the rednecks. You never like. There are some good people in rednecks. I have a couple friends rednecks, but they're very good and very smart and so on. But in generally speaking, it's because they live like in some society that treats like, you know, like I've been taught that I need to treat people in a way that I want to be treated in. So if I want you to treat me well, I have to be good with you, like not like spit in your face. And it works like this very well in America. It doesn't work in Russia, because in Russia, for the 18 years of my life, I went and smiled at people. People been like groom and stuff, like we can talk. Like I never had a good Russian friend, like friend that I loved and friend that said he loved me. I never heard as a word love in those 18 years in the context of out of like, you know, partners or family.
Yeah.
It's not. It
Yeah, they're
doesn't.
pretty cold people.
It's not in a culture to say someone like to a friend, "Hey, bro, I love you." It's never happens.
Yeah.
Here with my best friends are one is like in Israel, all of them, of course, but one from Chile, another one his father Indian and mother Romanian, uh, another one from the Tajikistan, so he knows like very well Russian culture and so on. So we're all mixed and like we're all not shy to say, "Hey, bro, love you, all good, blah blah blah." I'm meeting people in Chatroulette that say, "I love it." Maybe maybe because of this openness to say those words, like and not in every situation when you speak English, you like expect people to like speak like take a word for its value or whatever. But you know, it's flexible language and like hey, like you can say like, "Hey bro, what are you, gay?" Like you can be not offensive in saying offensive like stuff in English. In Russian it's
Hmm.
not working. You understand, like it's
Yeah.
kind of like this. So yeah,
They're very serious.
yeah, and they say like when you speak to Russians, they're like, "Oh, we've got the greatest country, the greatest language, the greatest everything in the world." Like about the greatest country is a geographic, let's say, location and the value, the amount of land that we've got. Yes, maybe it's the greatest country in the world. Yes, but what about the language? Uh, English got 450k words. Uh, hello, hello. I believe it's froze. Hey, hey. Check, check. I believe we disconnected or something like that. Shit.
Здорово, слышно?
Вот.
应该不懂就
Израиль. Fuck Израиль.
с Усейн Болтом разговаривать.
Free Palestine.
Найс. Здрасте. Похож сам на себя.
На кого?
Сам на себя похож по телевизору.
Ну так это так и бывает. Это ж
Бывает,
как зеркало,
похож.
зеркало.
Оказывается, похож.
Естественно.
Да, извините, пожалуйста, а вы сами из Израиля или из Америки?
Израиль.
Израиль, все прекрасно.
О чем общаетесь?
Обычно про тупость.
Про тупость?
Да, очень тема такая прекрасная.
Давайте попробуем.
Давайте.
Что вы хотите про это рассказать мне?
Ну, как вы думаете, это война или ВСО?
Война.
Про тупость не будете общаться.
В смысле не буду? Я же только что вам сказал, что буду.
Так я нихуя не понял. Война это война, а ВСО это ВСО.
Смотри, если на
Я
заборе,
про тупость
если на
общаюсь.
заборе написано хуй, не означает, что за этим забором лежит хуй. Или висит, или
А
летает,
там
неважно.
а там оказывается, бляба, дерево.
Вот. Это мы понимаем. То есть идти с оружием, воевать, убивать людей и называть это специальной военной операцией какой-то, это сказки Кремля. Меня не ебет. Это называется война. По всем параметрам это война. Это никакая не специальная военная операция. Специальная военная операция проводится против кучки людей, которая настроилась против кого-то там, что-то делает там. Антитеррористическая организация. Когда у вас были террористические атаки со стороны Украины в России? А? Какая антитеррористическая
Извините, пожалуйста,
операция?
Я вас слушаю.
Ну, так
А
ответь,
потому что вы
отвечаем,
пока имеете свое
отвечаем.
мнение.
Не, ну ты же хочешь о тупости поговорить, давай тупей. Говори, отвечай на вопросы. Я не собираюсь тебе тут монолог делать. Давай. Что ты на эту тему думаешь?
Вы хотели сказать вот диалог. Мы будем общаться, по крайней мере, про тупость. Я вас спросил, чем отличается война от ВСО? Вы сказали правильно. Война это война, а ВСО это чисто придуманное что-то.
Естественно, конечно.
Вот, я согласен.
Ну и все, так а что мне давать монолог? Вы хотите еще про тупость? Давайте что-то еще. Не надо мне
Во.
один и тот же мячик гонять.
Хорошо, извините, пожалуйста, без всяких проблем.
Все, иди нахуй.